Tonight, as the death toll climbs and the number of coronavirus cases explodes, the U.S. government taking a rare step, declaring a public health emergency in the United States.
Beginning at 5 p.m. Sunday, February the 2nd, the United States government will implement temporary measures to detect and contain the coronavirus.
Those measures include closing the U.S. border to nearly all foreign nationals who have traveled through China in the last 2 weeks. They've also imposed a 14-day mandatory quarantine for any U.S. citizen who has been to the epicenter in the previous 14 days. This includes the 195 U.S. citizens who evacuated Wuhan, now at March Air Reserve Base. The CDC warning even individuals who have been exposed and tested negative could still develop symptoms and become contagious later.
China's premier has asked the European Union for help in sourcing urgent medical supplies to deal with the worsening coronavirus outbreak. 259 people have now died from the virus. That was after China announced a further 46 deaths. Earlier, Australia joined the US in banning visitors who've travelled to China. And American citizens who've been in China for the past 2 weeks will now also be screened and quarantined for 2 weeks. We've also heard from the World Health Organization's representative in China, who's defended the decision to declare the outbreak a public health emergency. He's also warned there'll be no respite from the spread of the virus in the near future.
Tonight, this woman is under arrest after a chaotic scene near the president's Palm Beach club just hours before his arrival. Police say 30-year-old Hannah Romehill drove a black SUV through 2 of Mar-a-Lago's security checkpoints.
This woman's driving on the wrong side of the road at 70-plus miles an hour with people all over the place.
Secret Service and sheriff's deputies opened fire, hitting the vehicle, but the driver sped off.
We're going to fire when our lives are in danger and the danger of the public. And that's exactly what happened.
Police say Romehill then managed to pick up a passenger before a Florida state trooper located her bullet-riddled SUV at this West Palm Beach motel, tackling her as she attempted to flee to her room.
Former aspiring actress Jessica Mann testified in the Harvey Weinstein sex crimes trial this Friday. It really seemed like a pivotal moment in the trial. She is one of the 2 accusers in this trial against the former Hollywood producer. She described how she grew up in a dairy farm in Washington state in an evangelical Christian family, and how when she moved to Hollywood and met Harvey Weinstein, she thought that it was a blessing. It was her big break. He promised her a part in a vampire movie. And then he went on to lure her in and to abuse her, and that blessing turned into a curse. She described in extremely graphic terms how he allegedly forced himself on her orally, and then at a later date how in March 2013 he raped her in a New York hotel room.
This argument.
You can run, but you can't hide forever, even if you're Hillary Clinton. Clinton had been successfully dodging Representative Tulsi Gabbard's efforts to serve her with a $50 million defamation lawsuit by reportedly using her Secret Service guards and personal lawyers to turn the process server away. Well, that is until now. Clinton reportedly finally accepted the lawsuit papers, and the case is now moving forward. FoxNews.com quoted Gabbard's attorney, Brian Dunn, as saying that after the media picked up this story, Ms. Clinton's lawyer changed course and agreed to accept service. Gabbard filed a defamation lawsuit against Hillary Clinton for comments Clinton made on a podcast back in October, calling the Hawaii Congresswoman a Russian asset and the favorite of the Russians.
X-rays are commonly used to look inside the body, but come with a risk of radiation exposure. Now, Korean researchers have developed a technology that can reduce the exposure to less than 50% while allowing high-speed imaging.
X-rays are a common way to view and diagnose medical problems. However, they come with worries about radiation exposure and problems concerning image clarity. Now, Korean researchers have found a way to transform the more than 120-year-old method by developing digital X-rays.
Unlike analog X-rays, it can be quickly turned on and off at the desired time. This reduces any unnecessary exposure, making the image clearer and reducing X-ray exposure.
The researchers use electrical signals instead of conventional electrobeams that generate heat. Because electrical signals directly control the electrons being released, X-rays are only released when needed, reducing the radiation exposure to less than half of an analog X-ray.
Durante los últimos días han muerto 3 jóvenes en las movilizaciones, asesinados por carabineros. Y eso es lo que hace que nosotros no salgamos de la calle y no lo pensamos hacer mientras no se avance efectivamente en una agenda corta y exista justicia y que los culpables de los asesinatos y de las violaciones a los derechos humanos en nuestro país paguen por lo que han hecho.
Lives and homes are under threat from 6 huge bushfires burning out of control right now around New South Wales and Canberra. 2,000 firefighters are battling blazes in the Bega Valley and near the nation's capital, where fires have already destroyed 15% of the ACT.
It's as dark as midnight, but these pictures were taken at midday. This is what bore down on the snowy Pinera region today. A vicious fire front moving quickly towards the town of Bredbo near Cooma. Behind it, 40-degree temperatures and winds in excess of 60 kilometres an hour. And in its path, townships with terrified residents.
This story is top of mind, especially with the weekend upon us. South Africans must expect more load shedding while Eskom works to resolve the electricity crisis, or tries to. Well, this is the message from Eskom CEO Andre de Ruyter. Stage 2 load shedding expected to happen for the entire weekend. Let's break this down now with energy expert Adil Nchabaleng.
Look, I think now it's at the stage where they really don't care anymore. And the anger is really beyond, right? Yeah, because it's still irritating. I mean, not having lights, driving into an area and you find a full blackout. It's really a risky issue. I was just speaking a day ago with one of the security CEO, in the security industry, says, every time there's a load shedding, the entire alarm systems on their network goes off, and they have to be attending to something like 7,000 at any given minute.